KION News at 11 o'clock. Going back over to the Weather Center with Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. How's it going, Dan?
It's going all right here in the Weather Center, Maxwell. We are tracking a lot of stuff over the next couple of days, including the high surf, which we mentioned. And that's going to be a big issue throughout the day tomorrow and into Tuesday, especially if you live near the coast or plan on being near the coast. But we also have some rain to talk about. Let's start with a live look from Domenico's on the Wharf as we see the festive harbor lights this evening. We've seen some fog in Monterey tonight, maybe a little bit of drizzle here and there, some low clouds at the moment, and we'll continue to see some of this activity here over the next couple of days. Some fog, some drizzle, maybe even some actual rain at times. The weather pattern remains pretty active. We got a pretty strong storm system off the Aleutians here, off of Japan. We've got another strong storm system. This one right here, by the way, is our Tuesday storm. And then we got a weather system kind of clipping by tonight. In fact, this system produced some showers and thunderstorms. They made landfall, if you will, in Santa Cruz County at around 8:30 tonight. There was some lightning just offshore. You might have actually seen it. If you live around the bay, you might have seen some flashes. I was watching from our Mount Toro camera and saw at least two flashes, not over Santa Cruz County, but out over the water, not too far away. Did not hear any reports of thunder, but we did have some light rain. In fact, another little band of light rain coming through tonight, but not expecting any additional thunder. Let's take a quicker or closer look, I should say, at this light precipitation. Some weak radar echo, so mostly light precip, and this is going to be mainly around Santa Cruz County. It's not to say you won't get a few sprinkles south of there, but ultimately it looks like it's mostly up in the Santa Cruz Mountains where we're seeing this moisture come through. But on and off light precipitation possible through the overnight hours, mainly to the north, although we remain in a pretty mild and damp air mass. Right now, temperatures are still in the mid to upper 50s for cities around the bay and even inland, where, you know, this time of year, if the skies are clear, we can see temperatures dropping into the 30s and maybe even 20s in some areas. Right now it's 53 in one of our typical cold spots in Bradley. So there is a warm air mass in place. We're going to hold on to some of those clouds through the overnight hours. And as I mentioned, a few showers may be possible, especially the farther north you live. So Santa Cruz County, Santa Clara County, your best chance of seeing some precipitation overnight. But elsewhere around the bay, you could see a little drizzle and sprinkles as well. I don't expect anything heavy tonight, but light to moderate showers at the most in the north, and then drizzle to a light shower from Monterey Bay southward possible, maybe not necessarily likely. Future track is showing a couple green blips around the bay overnight. So as I mentioned, just a little bit of light precipitation. We head to your morning commute hours tomorrow morning, looking at widespread clouds around the bay, probably a little bit of fog and drizzle in there as well. Then into the afternoon, we're going to hold on to mostly cloudy skies on the coast tomorrow. We'll probably see a little sunshine breaking through at times. But a little bit more cloud than sun, probably pretty close to what we had today, to be honest, where we did get some sunshine in the afternoon and the clouds kind of thickened up this evening, even late afternoon, we saw the clouds thicken up. And then inland areas are expected to be partly cloudy tomorrow. So a pretty similar day, actually, overall, and temperatures will be also pretty similar. Now, unlike tonight, tomorrow night leads into something a little bit more interesting. We'll have a few sprinkles showing up maybe around midnight around the bay, and that leads into our next weather system, which is likely to bring a pretty potent little cold front on a Tuesday morning. That's going to come through with heavy rainfall and some gusty winds as well. So this is going to be Tuesday morning, probably somewhere between 6 and 10 a.m. around the bay. Leading off with this, we'll have some heavier precipitation along the cold front, and that could come in the form of some heavy rain. So some minor flooding may be possible as this comes through. Luckily, it's moving quick enough, so it's not going to sit in one spot and rain for hours and hours. But, you know, as it comes through, it's going to pack a punch. So we'll have the potential for some ponding on the roadways. And the winds aren't looking extreme at this point, but we could see wind gusts maybe 40, 45 miles per hour, which could rattle down a few tree branches and ultimately could see a road closure here or there, maybe a power outage. Not expecting widespread issues with it. One thing in addition to the rain coming through on Tuesday morning is that there may be some embedded thunderstorms in here as well. So there may be a chance of some lightning in addition. But that clears out pretty quickly with a few lingering showers on your Christmas Eve afternoon. I think by the evening we'll be dry, and that's going to carry over into Christmas Day. Meantime, temps tomorrow staying in the 50s in the higher elevations of the Santa Cruz Mountains, low 60s in the valleys and down to the coast. But still, 63 is seasonable, maybe even slightly warm in Santa Cruz for this time of year. Elsewhere, almost everywhere is going to be warm for this time of year. Mid-60s, Watsonville, 67 in Salinas. Hollister, you hit the scale at 70 today. You'll be close to that tomorrow, 69 degrees, mid-60s in Marina, Monterey Peninsula, all in the low to mid-60s tomorrow. Again, these are warm temperatures for this time of year. And then points southward, maybe throwing a couple more 70s. Soledad, Bradley, both in the 70s tomorrow. So some warm spots, especially for December. This is typically one of the coolest weeks of the year. And usually because of day length, it's just hard to warm up all that much. So 7-day forecast showing stormy weather on Tuesday, but mostly in the morning. We're going to be dry on Christmas Day. And then another system or maybe a pair of weak systems come in the Thursday through Saturday time frame. So if you're traveling, there is going to be some snow in the Sierra Nevada, something to keep in mind. Southern California looks okay, especially north of Bakersfield. Northern California is going to be a little bit dicey, I think, over the next week or so. Inland areas also looking at some rain, obviously, Tuesday morning. Dry on Christmas Day, also the beginning of Hanukkah on Wednesday evening. And then showery weather expected beyond that. So lots to watch out for the forecast. Make sure to stay tuned, and we'll keep you up to date on all the details so you know what to expect in your neighborhood. Back to you.